In early 2020, the world changed forever. I'm sure I don't need to go into it, but I think it's safe to say everyone now separates their lives into pre and post. I am of course referring to April 1st, 2020, when Adult Swim aired the first episode of Smiling Friends and nothing else, just Smiling Friends. For the first time in the history of entertainment, the paradigm had shifted. Two clever boys by the names of Zach Hedel and Michael Cusack, but mostly Zach Hedel, had kicked down the doors of the dominant and never more relevant and increasingly lucrative television industry and slapped the world in the face with a TV show that might as well have been a declaration of war against shit that sucks. Two computer guys, just a bunch of guys, bunch of bullshitter. That's right, this video was on a VHS for some reason. We've all seen this "Smiling Friends is freaking epic" video essay 1,000 times. If you're someone who would know what Smiling Friends is, you know what Smiling Friends is. So I'm not gonna explain it. Enough people to praise this show. We really don't need another person to make a video essay about this show. We need someone to make a video essay about this show. Unbeknownst to the vast majority of Smiling Friends fans, Michael Cusack, the name on the title screen that isn't Zach from Only Plays, actually has other shows, and one of them, specifically YOLO, shares quite a lot with Smiling Friends, from general sense of humor, reverence for his silly flash animation roots, heartwarming stories, and even Lucas the Magnificent. YOLO is a cartoon I quite like. Dare I say, I might even like it more than Smiling Friends. I find it to be extremely hilarious and criminally underrated. Yeah, criminally. They should lock you up with murderers and vagrants if you don't like this show. You should get put in a straitjacket. So why isn't YOLO a cultural phenomenon? Why isn't the Las Vegas sphere shaped like Rachel's hut or Lucas's face? Where are the out-of-context compilations or funny moments going viral? Is it just unpopular because it's actually bad? Or maybe y'all just haven't been put on the game yet. Maybe y'all don't know. Come on, nephew. Let's go on an adventure with me, ya unk. Grab some dry cereal, crank up the volume to 63, and let's go! YOLO started life similarly to another classic Adult Swim series as crude and kinda disgusting internet shorts, before years later being reworked into actual shows with plots and lore. The original YOLO shorts followed two wild and crazy party girls named Sarah and Rachel, who did their best to survive in a male patriarchy and navigate tough social situations and gossip and drama, and also they fuck a gorilla. These shorts got heaps of views, but they certainly weren't Cusack's most popular YouTube series. That honor goes to Damo and Darren, basically Beavis and Butthead if they did meth instead of AC/DC. He also did Koala Man. Full legal disclosure, I don't like Koala Man. It later also became his own series on Hulu, and I don't like it. It's not bad, it lacks jouissance, I'm sorry. The whole basis of the series is the fact that Koala Man is an annoying asshole who everyone hates, and yeah, he's an annoying asshole and I hate him and I hate his family and fuck him. But this was way later. What really propelled Cusack into the realms of stardom was when he got the opportunity to do an 11-minute Rick and Morty parody called Bushworld Adventures for Adult Swim's 2018 April Fool's event. The result ended up being, in my opinion, the single funniest thing Adult Swim has ever aired. Hardly a day goes by where I don't think about,
"Get in the fucking car, Morty! I'm gonna kill you today, Morty! You're actually gonna die!"
Kick the ball! Kick the bloody ball!
8 long days, Morty! This is our walking along the highway Rick and Morty adventure!
And I'm not the only person who loves Bushworld. Me and heaps of other people genuinely wanted this to become a full-blown series, and Adult Swim actually did too. Kinda. Despite them later greenlighting a Rick and Morty anime for some reason, at the time, 2018-ish, they didn't want to have a parody of their most popular show ever that was also much funnier than said show, running concurrently. So they compromised and told Cusack to rework Bushworld with original characters, so he took Rachel and Sarah from his old internet shorts and boom! We got YOLO Season 1, aka YOLO Crystal Fantasy. Now YOLO does this kind of confusing thing where the show itself is just called YOLO and the subtitles denote seasons, kind of like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure I guess. For reference, YOLO Season 1 is called Crystal Fantasy and YOLO Season 2 is Silver Destiny. YOLO once again follows two party girls named Sarah and Rachel who live in the fictional country of Australia as they navigate the struggles of womanhood, house parties, social media, going to the Terry Cup, relationship drama, Christmas, growing up and maturing, going to the bush doof, space. You even get to see how Sarah's mom and dad met each other.
What else do you want?
Sarah's parents are just delightful. They're really big and they're almost always sitting in their chairs surrounded by ticking clocks. It's bloody brilliant. When you think of some of the greatest character designs of all time, characters you can identify just through their silhouettes, you probably think of The Simpsons or the Looney Tunes or maybe even the cast of One Tree Hill. And YOLO is no exception. Take this tall drink of water for instance. He's blue, very angular. The best character design feast of an episode has to be Season 1, Episode 3, a very extremely very YOLO Christmas Reloaded, where Sarah and Rachel go on a Christmas quest to retrieve Sarah's Nan's rubies and end up on the beach, where they meet the beach people who all look like this. You got this guy who's just a circle, and him, and this guy. But easily my favorite design has to be Pelican the Mischief Maker, who Rachel and Sarah meet after Rachel crashes Sarah's car into the bush doof. Pelican drives this, the bush bus.
We're riding on the bush bus, riding on the bush bus all day long.
What a beaut. And who can forget Gwingle Blum the toilet gnome?
Hello there! My name is Gwingle Blum, the toilet gnome!
It's very clear to me that Spamtopia, which was featured in the newest season of Smiling Friends, that's straight Cusack, boy. Boy, that is straight Cusack. I can't prove this, but I think YOLO might for real not have any model sheets, or at the very least they are extremely lenient with them. Characters will kind of just look insane from shot to shot, and I think that's hilarious. I swear to God, pausing a show has not been this much fun since Golden Age Simpsons. The character who benefits the most from this, and is, I think, consistently drawn the most fucked, is Lucas the Magnificent, a classic late epic neckbeard nerd who is obsessed with Sarah. He was inspired by this side project or performance art Michael did where he pretended to be Lucas the Magnificent online, a parody of that type of person, I guess, a 2012 era Reddit atheist. Lucas, if I'm being honest, is probably my favorite character of the show. I think he's only in season 1 like twice, like in Planet Horoscope where Lucas and Rachel go on an adventure to save Sarah in his spaceship. He also lives in a cube hurling through some sort of astral realm. It's never really elaborated on how or why or what the fuck. I hope it never is. But in season 2, he gets promoted to main character status as he begins assembling a love potion to make Sarah love him. There's a surprising amount of depth to Lucas the Magnificent. On the surface, he's an exaggerated caricature of a fedora-wearing Reddit neckbeard of days gone by. He's sweaty, awkward, makes swords, owns this shirt, and talks like a fantasy character.
Please, sir, do not harm me. I am just a humble traveler here to trade my coin for nourishment. Shut up!
He's extremely cringe, and objectively he is a stalker and is insane, but he's also a very sad and lonely guy who craves companionship. I mean, look, it's a wacky cartoon, I'm not gonna sit here and psychoanalyze him. Obviously in the real world they should lock him up and throw away the key, but he makes funny faces so I like him. S tier, moving on. But wait, why did I just spend so much time talking about Lucas though? He's not even the main two characters, he's barely even in season 1. I've hardly discussed Sarah and Rachel at all. Rachel and Sarah's relationship is constantly at odds in YOLO. It's clear Sarah is a pushover who doesn't really like Rachel, but Rachel is too much of a toxic psychopath that Sarah is all she has left, because Sarah won't cut her off because Rachel is basically all she has left too, because Rachel's too much of a toxic bitch for anyone else to want to deal with either of them. This is directly confirmed in the season 2 episode High School Reunion, where that's directly confirmed by Sarah's old high school friends. We're doing analysis right now on a level never before seen. They are friends who do care for each other, but it's not really clear why to the people around them, or even to themselves, why they remain friends. Where I think YOLO really differs from Smiling Friends is in its depth. Now look, I'm not gonna go all crazy and say like, wow, that cartoon really made me let my face win the feels. But for a show where this shit can happen.
Ah, good. You've made it to my Christmas cruise. Now I can die happy.
The fact that they can still manage to write characters who actually feel real and have compelling and interesting arcs is almost the craziest aspect of the entire thing. They'll make you care about Pelican the Mischief Maker, a guy who drives this, a lot more than you think you would. The two characters who get the biggest serious spotlights are Rachel and Lucas, easily the two who are the most obsessed with or in love with Sarah, while also being the most inconsiderate of her as an actual person. Like I said earlier, Sarah is basically all Rachel has, so there are multiple episodes focusing on that, most notably the finales of both season 1 and 2. No, it's not creatively bankrupt, they're totally different explorations of toxic relationship dynamics, you motherfucker. Wow, the cartoon had moral and life lessons. What is this shit, Daniel Tiger? One other aspect I really want to highlight is the music in the show, particularly the spontaneous musical numbers characters will break into. It just really cracks me up whenever a crowd of characters will sing a song in unison, despite the lyrics being so rushed and clunky.
This is the backyard. This is the way we get to the campfire. You party!
You party, you party, you party, you. You party, you party, you party, you.
As you can see, this is a very good party. There is lots of fun to have. You will.
Double Terry Cup is so funny to me because the entire concept of a Double Terry Cup was introduced to everyone like 5 seconds beforehand, yet they have an entire synchronized dance and song with a rotoscope flute solo.
Double Terry Cup, Double Terry Cup. This is the double Terry Cup. Everybody come and sing this song, cause this is the double Terry Cup song.
It's just an incredible world, this Australia place. I wish it was real. Yeah, anyway, I don't really know how to end this. Writing about a comedy is tough because, like, what else can I say besides... That's funny. Over and over again at the different jokes I laughed at. I just think Michael Cusack is a real underrated figure and I want him to get his flowers. I think YOLO is a phenomenal cartoon. It's so creative and fun, and whenever I watch it, I throw my hands up in the air and yell, "Yippee!" Because I'm just so damn happy to be watching it. Maybe I'm just a schizophrenic bozo, but I feel like Michael Cusack is often just thought of as the other guy who made Smiling Friends with Zach. And look, I'm not mad at the fan base or at Zach or anything, it's not anybody's fault. I'm a huge fan of both these little guys, but I also can't help but look at how wonderful YOLO is, and then wonder if Smiling Friends would have been as huge of a success without Zach's much larger internet popularity, giving it a boost and exposing more people to it.
Creator of YOLO Crystal Fantasy, and
there's absolutely a lot more factors that could contribute to why one Michael Cusack show might be doing better than the others, more so than just which show has more epic YouTuber cameos in it. To my knowledge, YOLO has none. But I also don't really think we need to compare them. They can just both be good shows. I'm just not sure if enough people really know how hard this show goes. I mean, it did get renewed for a third and probably final season, but until Lucas's face is on the Las Vegas sphere, it's not popular enough.
I don't need to be friends with fucking Ghoul City.